Good morning, Neshobe speech students. This is Mr. Ethan. We got a video today. Last one was about how we're all tubes. I was talking about the speech tract. Speech tract that goes from your diaphragm that starts your breathing, fills up your lungs, to your lips. And that tract, closing it at different places, is how we make different speech sounds. Today I'm going to talk about a specific sound. I'm going to one of the harder ones because I've got a couple students in mind. We're going to start with a sound. A lot of teachers will call this the S sound. I'm going to write an S on my board. I don't call it the S sound though, because sometimes, sneaky, sometimes we spell it with a C, other things. Sometimes that S sound sneaks its way into an X. Listen to that, it's the same sound, it's right at the end. So you never know about the letter. Letters and sounds are different. That'll be a different video. For today, we're going to talk about how to make this. I'm going to call it the slippery sound, the snaky sound, the teeth closed sound, the smiley sound. Some of my students might call it the quiet, skinny airstream because your lips can be skinny and you're sending a stream of air right down the middle. Your tongue can act like a water slide to do this. I'm going to teach you how to do it. Ready? Let's start making the tube work just right. We're going to close the lips. I'm sorry, the teeth. Should I make a whole new video? I shouldn't. I should admit I made a mistake. Sorry, youngins. We're going to close teeth. Your tongue inside. That's where I'm going to switch colors. Your tongue inside is going to be doing something different. Your tongue, do you remember in the last video we talked about the bumpy spot? We worked on finding it. Lip, gums, teeth, gums behind the teeth. Right there, those gums behind the teeth. If you keep going back a little farther, you start feeling those bumps as it gets higher up. It's your alveolar ridge for the grown-ups. It's your bumpy spot for the kids. You can call it the alveolar ridge if you want to. Kids, I'm not telling you what to do. You can call it whatever you want. Bumpy spot, sometimes I call it the ninja spot, because when you're saying ninja, tongue goes to that same place. It's an important place to know for speech. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to lift your tongue up right to that spot while you're doing this teeth closed smile. Now, here's some ways that this could get tricky. If you lift your whole tongue and just kind of mash it up there, you might block off your tube and the sound will come out the sides. Watch this one. Sounds different because the air is coming out the sides. Here's what we're going to do to make the air come down the middle. I'll show you. Going to treat that tongue like a water slide like I was telling you about. Going to lift if you can. It's tricky. Find the tongue first. I'm going to draw it on the board. Here's the tongue. Going to lift up this side and this side. You can leave the bottom part down. Make like a water slide kind of shape. So the water slide riders are going right down the middle. The top of your mouth has a curve to it too, and that can help. So, let's see if I got my video on it right. The air can come right down the middle. I'm going to draw this face differently. Now I'm going to draw the face head on so you can see. Let's do another one. Ready? We got ourselves. I might even erase that. Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum. We got ourselves a face with some ears. This might even be, do you want a superhero? It's up to you. I'll skip it. Got some eyes, got a nose, and here's our smile, okay? If the air's coming out the sides, here's another thing you can do. We can try a bigger smile so your cheeks get tighter. Try it. If it doesn't work, we'll try other stuff. Try tightening your tongue up into more of a curl. Make it more water slidey. Try it. If it doesn't work, here's one more thing to try. Try moving the tongue farther forward toward the teeth. Sometimes if it's going too far back, it can sound like it's coming out the sides, kind of like a shh. That's an interesting trick too. If you've got a nice, and it's easy peasy, here's something you can still learn today. If you start with that, and you pull the tongue back across the top of your mouth, like this, watch this. And listen to how the sound changes as you pull the tongue back. You can do that at home, check it out. The reason it changes is because when we make that, what teachers call the SH sound, I call it like a windy sound. If you want the sciencey college word for it, it's a palatal fricative. You don't need that word. Don't worry about it. To make a windy sound, we've got a hard spot on the top of your mouth. With these circle lips. To make that slippery, snaky sound, lips tight, teeth closed, tongue right behind the teeth at that bumpy spot on the gums, air down the center. I think that's a good, oh no, not quite. I got one more thing today. So in the packet that I sent home, the packet does not do speech therapy for you. I'm still here for you. I will do the speech therapy for you. But if you want some games to play, in that packet has at the back page a bunch of pictures. Those pictures have a mix of a whole bunch of different sounds. They include all the hardest sounds for students to learn. If you peek through for those sounds, there are a lot of words that have them in there. And here are some, just so you can practice, at the beginning of a word, at the middle part of the word, and at the very, very end of the word. Here we go. I've got 3 parts of the word right here that we can do. I tossed a picture of a Sith Lord in there. You might know Kylo Ren. It's a Sith Lord. Star Wars. You start looking for them, they're everywhere. Storm. That's in a blend. St. It's kind of hard going right into a t, but I bet we can do it. Practice it up. Start with them separate. St. Then put them together slowly, slowly. St. Is it working? If it's hard, don't sweat the blends yet. Here's in the middle of words, like tosses. I like my superhero examples. So, for example, the Hulk tosses a rock or whatever. Tosses. So there you have to go into us and out of us into some other part of the word. Here's bossy. Here's this. And here's face. There are other sounds. You can listen for them all day long, and I bet you will find them. Have a good one. Let me know what questions you have at my enelson@rnesu.org email, and we can schedule time to do some speech therapy if this isn't working for you.